I do not want to be your punching bag, 'cause I'm done with that. I will not let myself be a doormat, 'cause I don't want to be walked on. What will you do when I am nowhere to be found? What will you do when I'm not around? It seems like every day it's something else. Sometimes you'll have to do things by yourself, 'cause I can't do it all for you. What will you do when I am nowhere to be found? What will you do when I'm not around? Will you go find someone else when you need some help? Will you tell them that they're doing it wrong? Well, I guess that's how it is. I do not want to be your punching bag, 'cause I'm done with that. I will not let myself be a doormat, 'cause I don't want to be walked on. What will you do when I am nowhere to be found? What will you do when I'm not around?
What's happening? Happy Friday or Wednesday. Jesus Christ, I'm throwing days all off. Don't mind me. Wednesday. You know it's Wednesday. Feels like Friday though when I'm here, so that's always a plus. How's everybody doing? I see there's quite a few people out there already. I see Sir Wrench is out there, Eddie Tooney, Happy Hippie, Wom- Wombatsky,
Greg.
Bob's out there.
I'm your uncle.
What did I see? I know I saw somebody else out there. Perch, yeah, there we go. They're all slowly but surely trickling in. Hope everybody's having a great day. I'm having a great week. I tried something new today for dinner that I have not made before. As I just saw it floating around and it popped into my head today. I smoked spaghetti for dinner.
Smoked
Nice.
spaghetti.
Yeah, instead of a baked spaghetti, mix everything together, throw it on the smoker for an hour. Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Man, I was impressed. And then I also one-upped it a little bit by throwing some fire roasted poblano peppers in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
You got leftovers?
I know, right?
Yeah, I do, but I don't know if they'll make it that far. That's lunch tomorrow.
Start catching planes now.
I just
I'll
remember.
get there in like 3 hours.
Yeah, but then you gotta wait 14 days when you get home before you can go back to work.
Son of a bitch!
He says, oh wait, maybe that's a blessing in disguise.
I need that money.
Toonie, let me know
Yeah,
let me know if you need some Red Bull, because I've got plenty of Red Bull. Flavor was Red Bull.
What's happening, Tommy? Jerry's out there. Whole bag. Yeah. Definitely a new one. And definitely something I'll do again at some point.
There's Angel.
Smoked sketty. What up, Angel?
Not gonna lie, I was a little nervous about it at first because,
Heyo.
I smelled it when I came in. And I was like, oh, that's really smoky smelling.
Like a campfire spaghetti.
Yeah, I was a little nervous, like it was over smoked,
Spaghetti.
but it wasn't. I think it's because I used the applewood, and the applewood is more of a mild flavor, so it just smelled heavy, but it didn't taste that way.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that I like. If I go on like a week-long backpack trip, like I'll get like a thing of meat sauce in like a plastic container, and you save that for like before you know, you have like a really big day coming up, and you just make campfire spaghetti.
Yeah.
Oh.
And all kinds of campfire.
Church, if you've got a charcoal grill, you can smoke in it. You just have to offset your charcoal and your wood chips off to one side, and then so it's it's indirect heat. Same concept. It all works.
Yeah, you can do it with. You can even do it with propane grills now. They have little cups. You just put a little bit of water in them, and you put it on the little flame element.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is FW Red Bull better than TFA's energy drink, Fresh 03?
It's pretty authentic Red Bull.
Is it?
It's kind of gross. Yeah.
That's probably the one that I've had then, because I remember I had, you know what? I think it was fucking Mount Baker, so it was definitely Flavor West Red Bull. Now that I think about
Flavor
it,
West Red Bull.
Yeah.
probably had some sweetener in it. Oh, that probably is pretty sweet already.
I can't do Red Bull only because every time I drink Red Bull now it immediately tastes like Jaeger, even if there's no Jaeger in it.
It's so gross. It's so gross.
And what's the fun of drinking Red Bull if there's no Jaeger in it?
Right? What you need to do is be awake and drunk.
Yeah. Because that's exactly
I
what
remember
my...
one of the worst drinking nights I ever had was me and Rob. We decided all we were gonna drink was Irish coffees.
Oof.
Jesus.
Didn't consider the consequences.
God.
Nothing like throwing in...
all shitty and you can't pass out.
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing like having an upper and a downer fighting for dominance in your system.
That used to be the story of my life for like a year, but it wasn't caffeine though. Life of rock, man. Life of rock and roll, bruh.
Rockstar motherfuckers.
Dude.
Son Adam's out reenacting the scene from Almost Famous. I'm a golden god.
I'm a golden god.
There was a time when we took a 4-day pass, me and Reed, and when we drove up here for basically a beer run.
Yeah.
We went through like probably just from leaving Fort Polk, getting to Wisconsin Rapids, about probably 8 Rockstar Red Bulls, whatever else we could get our hands on, a piece. By the time I got there, I was like this and so fucking tired I couldn't sleep because I was just. So what did we do? Go to the store, buy some beer, sit in my mom's garage till she got home from work so she could let us in the house.
Jeez.
What's up, Giz?
Yes. What's happening?
Who the fuck is Gizzard Stew?
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
He says, I'm a ghost, 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 ghost. So what's everybody been up
I
to?
remember when I left Fort Leonard Wood, I did that. I drove the entire trip straight. I think it was like 28 hours or something like that.
Oh my god.
And I was pinging when I got home. I had so much Mountain Dew in my system. They
Dude.
didn't have energy drinks back then. They had Joe Cola.
Oh yeah.
Just sitting there, just pinging along on Dew. I remember I followed a truck driver for it's like 12 or 14 hours. I followed him.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Like I just did what he did because I figured it was fine. We're doing 25 over the speed limit most of the time. Then we drop back and you know that there was a cop coming up and I just followed him. I remember him pulling off into the Dakotas somewhere and I was just like,
It's
he
okay.
didn't even look at me.
Like, dude, we were like buddies for half a day.
We were friends. I thought.
Just leave me like that.
Not even a fuck you out the window.
Right.
That's how I got the Polk was they weren't heavy on energy drinks on that time, but that was when 5-Hour Energy first came out.
Oh yeah.
Dude, like I got just to the edge of Arizona, stopped, picked one up, Made it into, I forget where the hell I made it into Texas. Picked another one up, and it's probably close to midnight at that point. Picked another one up as I get closer to like San Antonio, because that's fucking 8
I said once
hours.
you hit San Antonio, you're hitting. Yeah, you're probably. It's about 5 hours from there.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours over to Houston, and then up into the fun.
Oh yeah, my dumbass. I was like, oh, I don't gotta be there for a couple of days, so instead I was like, oh, let's go north and just drive through Dallas for no apparent reason. That was stupid. So I came up through Dallas off I-20 into Shreveport, and then drove down from Shreveport.
Oh. The Shreveport drive wasn't that bad.
No. Well, I did get pulled over once going to Shreveport. That was fun.
Yeah, there was a gal I was kind of seeing for like my first couple months there. She lived in Tyler, of all fucking places, but I'd go up and visit her. And she'd call me and be like, hey, make sure you grab beer on the way in. 'Cause Tyler's dry as fuck.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like the entire county, and it's a huge county. So yeah, I'm sitting there driving with like 4 or 5 cases of Budweiser pour.
Oh,
Good times. Good times.
it's nothing
I'll
like
talk to her
being
every
the
once in a while. She's pretty cool. She's still pretty cool gal.
nothing like being the old bootlegger.
Right? Oh, there was nothing against the law. I mean, bringing it in. So
That's a long ride too.
She was almost as much of a drunk as I was. So
Milwaukee to Winnipeg.
Time.
Oof.
We used to run into that situation a lot because a lot of my bands in the past used to practice in Northwest Indiana and that's in Lake County, Indiana, and they're dry on Sundays. And we would inevitably fucking practice on Sundays and be like, somebody go get beer. Like, shit. We gotta drive to Illinois.
yeah. That was the one thing about Fort Polk. Like the base wasn't dry, but the county was dry on Sunday. So Saturday night, everything's cut off at midnight.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I worked at a supermarket, we used to have to put signs up on Saturday nights. Like every Saturday night, you had these mandatory signs because the liquor, it's not like you could take it off the shelves. There was tons of it on our shelves.
Yeah. Can't sell it to you Sunday.
Yep. Sorry.
It's alright.
Get it now before we close.
Could always go to the Class 6 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a terrible thing there on Sundays. But I guess because growing up in Wisconsin, nothing is dry here on any day of the week.
Wow.
In fact, usually if you're near church, you're within stone's throw of a bar too.
Where's my chat? Chat froze completely like 5 minutes ago. I was like, is it really that quiet out there?
Oh, drinking
No.
hot beer, church? Oh,
Oh, God.
Oh, good God, church. Fucking hot beer? What?
Like, I know people who drink it room temperature, but hot. Like, ugh.
Dude, those like when I went on a little 4-day pass when I was in Afghanistan. They sent me to Tashkent, the capital city of Uzbekistan. And I stayed with an American embassy family there. And they had to work the Friday that we got there, so their driver took us around, and we're like, we want to stop and have a beer. So he takes us to this little cafe. It looked like a sub shop with beer, basically.
oh, okay.
And they come out with these nice frosty mugs. I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. Fucking lady pours the beer in there, room temperature beer in a frosty mug. You motherfuckers. I was so mad.
Oh,
And I was like, well, I haven't had a beer in like 6 months, so fuck it, it's worth it.
yeah.
Feed me another one, let's go.
That same thing with that psych tech sneaking beers back from Germany for us. Like, no way to refrigerate it.
Nope.
Sitting there drinking. It was pretty good temperature. It was pretty good temperature, but fuck, dude, that was a good beer.
Yeah, there
And
was
then he gave me 2 more and said happy birthday and left. And I sat there and I had 3 beers and I was pretty buzzed and I just laid down on my bunk and I was just like, fuck.
there was a there was a vet tech, this E6. I'll never forget his name. Staff Sergeant Ricks. Wish I could find the guy now, but I turned 21 when I was in Afghanistan. That motherfucker, he would always catch all the little snakes and shit and take them off post and rehome them out in the middle of BFE. He found out it was my birthday, and what's he do? He stops at one of the local bazaars and sneaks a bottle of some unlabeled fucking vodka back into the fucking post and like, hey, stops by while I'm working. He's like, hey, meet me back at my room at whatever time. I'm like, all right. He's like, hey, and do me a favor, stop by the shop and get 2 of those big glass bottles of orange juice. I'm like,
Oh, nice.
what the fuck? And not putting 2 and 2 together. I get over there. He's like, all right, so are we gonna do shots or are you gonna mix it? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He pulls out this big old bottle. I've never been so fucked up in my entire life, other than that day. Like I was puking and everything. It was fucking gnarly.
Hadn't had anything in fucking forever, and
Oh yeah, because like I went and I had dinner.
backwoods fucking.
We went and got chow beforehand, and so I go over there and started eating. I'm glad I ate chow because man, that would have been a rough night. And of course, at about 2:00 in the morning, I get an emergency call on the radio. Hey, you need to come in and do an emergency X-ray. What for? A guy rolled his ankle. That's not an emergency. Tell him to go to sick call. I'll see him in the morning. No, you need to be there now. Motherfucker, I'm hammered. Like, still hammered. So, I quick knock on his door. I'm like, hey, I need some gum. I don't have any. Where's all of your gum? Give me all of it. I got like 3 packs of gum. I stuff like a pack and a half in my mouth, and I'm chewing as fast and hard as I can. So that way I smell like wintergreen or whatever the shit it was. Right before I walk into the fucking hospital. Throw some more in, chew it outside, and then walk in. And I had to have looked blitzed. Like, they had to have known. There's no way they fucking didn't. They send the guy back in there. The guy's in agony over his little sprained ankle. It wasn't even broken. And I could see that while I was hammered. Take his x-rays. I send him on his way. I send the x-rays back to the doc. I'm like, I'm going back to bed. Don't bother me until sick call.
Jeez.
I was hungover for
My
like
Lord
3 days.
They make good brandy in Azerbaijan, apparently.
I thought all the good brandy came from California. I guess I was wrong. Which is funny, because in California, they don't really drink brandy there.
The only time I ever saw it was my dad drinking Christian Brothers.
Yeah, there's,
Blackberry brandy.
oh,
Christian Brothers in my little liquor cabinet when I was a kid, I remember.
I do like the blackberry brandy, but we always had the Janufka up here.
Yeah, he did. The only time he'd drink it is when we were at Chico Hot Springs. Sitting in because you can sit in the pool with your plastic cup of blackberry brandy.
That's not a bad way to do it, though.
Yeah, great way to do it.
France,
Forgot to hit
best
my-
brandy,
I
period.
forgot to hit my light source.
Oh.
Granted, they drink so much brandy here, it's crazy. People either do brandy old fashions or whiskey old fashions up here for some odd reason, but mostly it's brandy.
See, Greg knows liquor. If Greg knows nothing else in this world, which he knows a lot, Greg knows a ton. Says France makes the best brandy, period. I will tell people that from now on, because I believe Greg when it comes to that stuff.
See, Jason and Cherokee snuck in here. What's happening, guys?
Cherokee.
So what's everybody got planned this week?
Chilling.
Buying a Walther PK 380.
Nice.
I'm chilling.
Yeah.
He's getting a gun.
Yep.
That's a fun
Yeah,
investment.
there's a guy at work. His girlfriend doesn't like 380. She likes 9mm. So she was letting it go for like $300. You know, it's anywhere from $350 to $450 gun. All right. Yeah, tell her I'll take it. So I had to find an FFL guy here in town. Go do that this weekend.
Nice. It's a
Shopping for a Glock 43. I think my dad's got a Glock 43.
I just got the 17 just a while ago, but you guys all knew that.
Yeah, a little team.
Dude, I love it.
He's looking at them little subcompact ones.
Yeah.
Old bag is. He's looking for concealed carry.
Well, the 17's subcompact too. The 19 is their full size. It's like there's a good half inch length
17's
missing off the stock.
17's a compact.
Yeah.
The 40s are the subcompacts.
Oh yeah.
Those are the ones that are like that big.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Hold like 6 rounds.
Awesome though for people with little ass hands.
That's why.
They actually, the little ones actually hurt more than the big ones do to shoot. Those subcompacts can get painful to shoot.
Yeah, because there's not enough to grip onto, and so all that force is coming into a itty bitty little area.
Yep. And getting a bunch of recoil off of it. Yeah. That's why those 17s and 19s are nice. They're just smooth as silk.
Dude, they're so nice. I'm so glad that's what I ended up getting. It's like I looked at a couple other things, but the Glock was calling my name. I was like, I know they're well put together, and
Glocks are just good guns. Like if you're really looking and you're not like really set on getting something else, just fucking look at Glock. I don't really like the Gen 5s much, but you can find Gen 3s and Gen 4s for good price, and you'll never be happier with a gun than probably with that.
And if you're military,
Unless
find
you're
your
spending a shit ton of money on something expensive, then you'd be really happy with that gun probably.
Oh, I ended up getting a Gen 5 but it was at a really deep discounted rate compared to what everywhere else was selling it for. Because I got it for about 150 less than everywhere else. But that's because the arms dealer I was working with had some contract with Glock where they deal stuff for veterans, firefighters, EMS,
Yeah,
any
the
civil
blue
servant.
card.
Yeah, the blue card program. Yeah, it's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good low price guns these days. They keep saying it's golden age of firearms, just like it's golden age of vaping. You got the best devices, best atomizers, best fucking everything, right?
What I really want to get my hands on is I don't care what people say, I want a damn AR-15. I really do. But I want it like chambered for like I want it like a fucking 7mm mag chambered. I don't know why, just because, I want to kill something in my neighbor's house behind my fucking other neighbor's fridge.
I mean, they make any configuration you want. So I was looking at a 12 gauge AR-15.
Ooh.
It's like, well, it's like 10 rounds in that magazine.
Yeah.
Like it. It's gonna be awesome.
Boom, boom. Hell, you can probably, depending on what state you're in, you can buy the drum mags for those things where it's got the dual feeding drums.
Oh, that's something that came up this week. The California, their stupid extended round magazines. You got kicked out by the Supreme Court.
Nice.
So that means everywhere here shortly is going to be back to being able to buy full-size magazines instead of having to stick with 10s. It's on, everybody. It's on. And I get where the Supreme Court came from. They put undue stress on the manufacturers.
Yeah, because then they had to make specialty items for that specific place, and
Yep. So yeah, all it takes now is just a court challenge. Come on, man. You can do it, brother.
you can do it. You can do it all night long.
Nope.
Nope.
Fuck balls.
He's playing a game in and out here.
I have to do that on my Chromebook. I have to join Zoom, and then sometimes it's like 50% of the time it's just like instant robot, and it takes like especially if it's a Zoom room with a lot of people, like everybody's faces will not load, and then it'll just be straight robot everything, and it's like,
And it's like, ding, 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 ding.
and I'm like, okay, and then it won't even let me exit Zoom, so I have to do a hard reset, which is power button and refresh on the Chromebook, which I had to look up. And it restarts it, and then I just open Zoom and it works flawlessly. It's like, what the fuck? I have plans for that Chromebook though. I gotta crack it open. You gotta crack it open and take this read-write screw off the motherboard. It's hidden under like 6 ribbon cables and all kinds of shit. But once you do that, you can basically put Linux on it, because Chrome OS is kind of limiting. So I'm just gonna take that off there and just put like a lightweight Linux distribution, and have like a full-fledged real operating system on it.
Nice.
Get some more life out of that thing.
I was debating on buying a new graphics card for my old iMac and seeing if I can figure out how to install one of those in there. I heard it's a pain in the ass,
I've heard that too.
but it's like everything else works just fine, so why not give it a fucking go?
Yeah.
I looked around. Unfortunately, the fucking graphics card for those, because it's a specialty item for one special type of fucking computer, they're still pretty pricey, like $300-400 a whack.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I'm going,
Yeah, the graphics card for my build that I'm going to be doing is $500. It's $499.
that's not bad.
Man. I need it though for 3D stuff. Like, I need an 8 gig card. I have integrated graphics on my laptop. It's terrible. It does nothing. I have so many like ideas, and like, you know, a render that takes 2 hours would take 15 minutes basically with that graphics card. So much more productivity.
Oh, yeah.
Animation, which I've been really wanting to do. I have so many ideas for that shit too. Coming. Yep.
Did you restart your system or unplug it and replug it back in, Meter?
Did you restart your computer?
I have an idea. Take it out back, get your camera ready, start recording, go straight Office Space on it, call it a day.
No.
Do it.
So what's everybody got going on this week? Anything good?
Work, getting the gun, got a tattoo.
Nice.
I'll be finishing the song, so it should be done by next Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got 2 days off in a row, so I'll wake up with the birds tomorrow and get cracking on vocals and lead guitars. I think that's all I have left.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think I've got, what is it, the rest of this week I have Monday and Tuesday next week off, which actually worked out in my favor somehow, considering this was something I bid for at the beginning of the year. Because within the next 10 business days, our house is coming to get appraised, so we can do this refinance cash out thing here, so that way we can put in all new windows and everything like that. The only window that is in the house that is not getting replaced, this one right here, because it was just put in right before we bought the house.
I was gonna say that frame looks pretty new.
Yeah. Rest of the windows, all old single pane glass, fucking with a storm window on the outside, so it's fucking just chews up energy. Yeah, that'll be fun. Oh, he's in. Is he here though? Socorro!
What's up, Socorro?
Hey, over there.
Thank you, Socorro. I was studying. I'm doing, like, I missed a module on scientific notation, so I'm doing that. And
Ooh.
compared to everything else I've been doing, like scientific notation. It's easy.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a cakewalk compared to some of that stuff that you were doing already.
Yeah.
Functional nonsense.
Functions.
Oh, okay.
Tell you,
Imaginary
Just
units.
gotta
That's all I
count.
gotta
Just
say.
gotta count the spots on the decimal point.
do all the statistics and everything else.
Ugh.
Ugh. I fucking hated statistics. Which
Me too.
that was the one math class that I honestly actually studied for, because that one was a pain in the ass for me. I think it was the whole idea behind statistics is just fucking stupid to me, but you know.
Statistics and business algebra, I really had to study for too.
Yeah, like there were some of those things I was looking at. I'm like, why are you teaching statistics? I'm like, yeah, anybody can say this is a statistic, but it doesn't mean shit. They're just statistics. That's it. That doesn't mean a goddamn thing. Oh well, this point over here, this is called an outlier because it doesn't fall in with the rest of this. Fuck off. Who cares?
It's up, batch.
It's happening, batch. Yeah, fucking. Yeah. That's one thing I've been debating doing too, is going back to school, but I don't know what for. Like
I said, the school happens to have a really good cybersecurity program, so I figured, fuck it. There it is.
Hey.
Hey.
Did you have to use OBS for it to work?
I am running through OBS.
Wow. But
This
it won't
is
pick up your
fucking
camera in Zoom normally?
Yes, it will. Zoom will let me open the video settings, show me my camera, and let me adjust things. But the second I try and open the camera as the camera to present video to Zoom, it freezes and crashes Zoom 5 times in a row.
Oh.
So now we get
After
this.
a restart.
We get mini meter now. It's awesome.
Oh no, I'm
You
about to
can
blow both
resize
sides.
it.
This is just a testing experiment here.
This is the meter reacts.
Oh my god, this is so much more ridiculous than it should have been. There we go.
Welcome to the IT department.
Oh my god, that's so stupid. That's so stupid. There's no reason for that. That's after a restart. That's after I completely changed to a completely different fucking USB hub, rewired everything. Still, this motherfucker.
So yes,
I went ahead and bit the bullet and bought a powered hub. I was like, fuck it, dude. If I'm gonna do
The
it,
other computer has a powered hub. This one I haven't moved everything over to yet, so apparently that's not happy.
it's so angry.
yes, Socorro, you can ask me math questions. No problem. I got you.
It's because my computer knew I was supposed to be out of town tonight, so it wasn't gonna work, and it's all fucking laid back, and it doesn't have anything ready to go.
Shit, you can ask me math questions too. I'm not going to be excited to answer them though.
I
But
have 10 cases of toilet paper and 2 shelves to put them on. And you can fit this many rolls, and there's this many rolls in a case. So how many toilet
shelves do you need?
papers?
How many rolls of toilet paper will be left over?
How many
oh,
rolls of toilet paper do you
but
throw
there's
away?
a variable. How many
right.
sodas go in aisle B with the unknown of how many stacks?
Ah, shit.
Alligator teeth.
Also, there's 3 customers in there with families of 2, 3, and 4 who are interested in the water and may perhaps buy a gallon per family member. Go.
The answer is 5 because peanut butter can't stripe vertically.
Go.
5.
Meter got it.
X equals 5.
Dude, that's how I felt with there's some statistics classes like that. They fucking
Howdy up.
these stupid things, and you're going, oh, that doesn't make no fucking sense. Why am I doing this?
Yep. Joaquin.
It's probably why most of my math and science degree was mostly science-based classes, not mostly math-based.
Oh.
'Cause science, it's set in stone. I know what it is.
If A is -2 and B is 3, what is the exponential for Y? Like, fuck, dude, there's no Y's.
What do I know?
How am I supposed to know this shit?
Ask Einstein or some shit.
16 steps later, you're like, Y is 1. Fuck you. Fuck
Fucking
you.
Christ. Here's your 1, motherfucker. Oh, shit. Yeah, 3 pages,
Yeah.
both sides. Like, 1?
Exactly. Yeah, you get down to the end of it, it's like 1. You
It's
hit
like
1.
that's-
You hit 1 and send your answer, and it's like, correct. You're like,
It's like
That's
fucking
all I
a
get is
Christmas story
correct.
where he's like, be sure to drink your Ovaltine. A crummy commercial? Son of a bitch.
Sitting so adamantly by the radio.
Yeah, and the bad part is you get like halfway through the equation and you're starting to get that feeling like, fuck, this is gonna be like 1
1 or 0. Fuck.
1 or 0. It's gonna be 1 or 0, but I have to complete it in order to know for sure.
So
A couple more steps later, you're like, fuck, it's definitely 1.
No.
I'm gonna pre-type it. All right, let's finish these last 2 steps. Yep, 1. Enter.
Stupid math.
Yeah, you know, it'll be worth it once I get done. It'll be worth it once I get done with all this shit and I'm actually doing stuff I'm interested in.
Man, that's the crappy part about going and pursuing any degree. You got to get all of the gen eds out of the way first, and then you can go on to what you're actually interested in.
Yeah.
To be
First
fair,
2
though, that
semesters
does
were
help weed out the
bullshit.
people who shouldn't be in those fields to begin with because they can't
Absolutely.
do too
Yeah. Although I can say I'm not a fan of having to take what the hell? It's not on the, what they call it, some sort of arts fucking. I had to take an art class in college. I'm like, why the fuck do I need to take an art class?
Oh, like a humanities?
Yeah, like a humanities type art class.
Elective humanities?
Well, the school, yeah, the school I'm going into, you have to take some art. You have to take some creative writing, which I'll be all over that. I'll take all their fucking creative writing classes. But you have to take Native American studies, at least one class of Native American studies. So there's a bunch of different options, and a lot of them sound really cool. So,
Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like I wasn't thrilled about it because I was like, I really don't want to have to take an art class. So I ended up taking one. Was it arts? Modern art history, some shit or another.
See, that's where you screwed up, dude. You should just bit the bullet and painted some shit.
Well, see, and there's the thing is, the classes I was looking at didn't look like they had any of those. Otherwise, it's probably what I'd done because I would have went, "Fuck you, art subjective. I like what I did. Piss off."
When I started, at college, I actually was going for like computer programming for app development. So I was doing, like a math and science degree. So art, I had the same thing where, I got to take an art class. And I took appreciation of art, which was basically like a field trip every other fucking week because I'm in Chicago and there's museums everywhere.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Great.
That's not-
So cool. It was like, we're going to the Art Institute next week. Like, really?
Mm.
It's my favorite place in the city.
I think
Right.
the best thing about that was at the end of the class I was in, we had to write a paper on any artist of our choosing. And me being the condescending asshole that I am, I decided to go and do a 4-page paper on a guy by the name of Picasso. If you don't know who this is, look him up on the internet. He's
That man's a stroker.
he's literally been stroking with his fucking penis, doing pictures of political figures and all this other stuff, and he goes by the pen name of Picasso. We all
His work is legit. It's disturbing.
yeah. And me just being that asshole, I was like, I'll do this, and I put as many phallic references as I could in there, just so I could get my point across in as I think this fucking class is stupid. And I somehow got an A out of the paper. I'm like,
How much you want to bet the teacher didn't even read that paper?
I have a feeling once he read who it was on, once he read the first, the title and who it was on, that was about it, I'm guessing. I'm going,
That's what I was gonna say. He probably got 2 paragraphs in and was like, next.
we're done here, yep. I was like,
We're gonna
huh.
call this a day.
I was like, well, at least the class was easy. Hell.
That's like Brandon Sanderson. Anybody familiar with Brandon Sanderson? He's a writer. He puts all of his college lectures up on YouTube. And so you can go and sit through his entire course.
Oh yeah, I do that stuff.
Yeah. And so I sat through all like 12, 13 weeks. And at the end of it, he's like, he's like, everybody gets an A. Have a good day. It's like he's there to talk about helping people write. It's really cool. Like as long as you do the assignments and you show up for class, you got an A. There's a lot of classes like that in college that you don't realize it until you get to the very end. And he's like, I hope everyone had a good time. Hope everybody learned something. Everybody got an A. Have a great day.
Nice.
I had one class like that when I was doing college, and that was phenomenal. All I did was show up, turned in a couple of assignments. They never handed the assignments back to us or gave us grades on them until the end. Like, well,
Wow.
you guys who all showed up every day, you get A's. Anybody who missed 1 to 2 days gets a B, and anybody who missed more than that, C's. And so on the line until you fucking flunked out. I was like, "Pfft, all right, I showed up every day. I didn't actually skip this class to golf. Why? Because it was 2:30 in the afternoon, and I'm not golfing when it's that fucking hot outside in Southern California."
There you go. Fernando.
Oh, mijo, ¿cómo estás? You doing your homework, mijo?
You doing your homework, Neil?
What's up, brother?
I
Okay,
think the funniest thing about doing college after you get out of the military, I felt like the old guy in the room. There's all these young kids sitting there, but it came easier to me after being in the military than it did when I.
Fucking work ethic.
It wasn't even that. It was just that I actually had an interest in being there, not like when I was in high school where I was like, I really don't want to fucking be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And doing college classes when I was younger, you know, I really had no interest in doing that. I was doing it for the fucking.
Yeah.
I was doing it for fucking points. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I would have
was doing it
fucked
for
off if I
civilian
went
ed.
to college. Like right after high school, I would have totally fucked off and wasted money just left and right.
That's why I'm my brother. That's why I'm my brother. That's how I wound up in the Coast Guard. He's in the National Guard and he didn't go to his classes. He partied too hard. They kicked him out. Fucking dude, I'm going in the Coast Guard. All of a sudden, he became a responsible adult.
So,
He had his ass handed to him by college.
so Greg, that looks like you should have been in a philosophy class then, not a English class with that kind of shit. If he's asking for an opinion and telling you wrong, tell him this isn't a philosophy course. It's not wrong. Piss off.
Exactly. I loved those classes. I had existential philosophical literature. That was an awesome class because get nice and toasted in the morning. It was like 10 o'clock in the morning. It was my first class of the day. My professor was like a year older than me and super cute and super smart. So it was like just motivation. And everybody else in my class was a dummy. So like it was just me and her talking the whole class basically usually. It's great. It's like, I want to be here. Yeah, it's like existential philosophical literature or something. It was a humanities class. I just took it on a whim because I needed to fill a class.
Yeah.
Because my first 3 or 4 semesters of college, I basically was on financial aid, where the state was paying me for me to go to school, and the only caveat was you had to go full time. You had to have your full plate, you know, whatever it was, like 15 credit hours or 12 credit hours or something. So if you took 3, you know, found 3 that you liked, and you know you had another one to fill, sometimes the pickings were slim. You'd be like, well, this kind of sounds interesting, and that's where that one came from. And holy shit.
Crazy.
To start the day on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Like the math and science degree I went after, I found out that I really enjoyed, of all the classes I didn't think I was going to enjoy, I had to do some psychology classes. Psychology was cool as shit. I was like, huh. I was like, to be honest, I was like, I don't really care about this stuff, but I'll take it just to get the credits out of the way. So I actually ended up taking 2 or 3 psychology classes. One was just an initial introduction, then one was like child psychology, and then I forget what the other one was. It was strange, but I was like, huh. It's cool to see how they think that stuff works.
Yeah. Exactly. You're starting to self-diagnose, and you're like, I need to get out of these classes.
Yeah, I was like, that's why you don't go into the psychology field, because if you go into that, and that falls under that it takes one to know one category.
Yeah, I used to read a lot of my mom's psychology textbooks and stuff when she was in school, because she's a licensed clinical social worker, so she had to go through a lot of that stuff. And yeah, you start to be like, do I have this fucking syndrome? Is that what's wrong with me? And you're like, no,
It's all starting to sound familiar.
yeah,
Says,
exactly.
why?
Do I have borderline personality disorder? I don't think I do. Wait, maybe because I don't think I do? Maybe I actually do.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm just a fucking weirdo nerd. That's all.
See, that's something I probably would have done if I would have went to college instead of going into the military. I probably would have tried to do the study abroad type thing.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah. When I was in high school, they did a bunch of foreign exchange students. There was a kid from Brazil that came in. That dude, all he wanted to do, he didn't care about school. He just wanted to party in the U.S. That was it.
Huh.
Like, every time we'd have a party anywhere, it didn't matter. It could be in the middle of a fucking field. That kid would be there. We wouldn't even invite him, but he would somehow manage to end up showing up there. He ended up being a really cool dude, but man, that's all he was there for. I was like, huh, they must do things a little bit differently in Brazil there.
Legal drinking age in Brazil.
Yeah, that was it. Hell, that would have been a fun one though. Was it my, I forget who the hell it was. It was like a cousin or a nephew or something. They went and studied abroad in like fucking, I want to say they went to, was it Ireland or Scotland? They went and studied there for like a year or two while they were in college. I was like, shit.
I would never leave.
Yep.
Women with Scottish accents, good lord.
You gotta watch. The Scottish gals might cut you though. That's what you gotta watch out for.
That's like my weakness. Yeah, that is true though. Don't wrong a Scottish woman.
No.
Cut your ass. Shank you. I'll shank ya.
Shake at him.
I think if I would have studied abroad, I probably would have wanted to go to England. Because there's some really different accents depending on where you're there.
Oh yeah.
Like, fucking people speaking Cockney and all that other shit.
Northern England, where they don't pronounce the TH in the word northern.
And there's a
host teachers were falling asleep because they were partying too. Partying with the Americans.
Oh yeah. You know when you find that group that you can't hang with, eventually it'll catch up with you. Made that mistake when I was stationed in Schofield Barracks once. I actually missed PT one day because of it.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, I was in rough shape, and man, did I pay the price that day. Oof. I swear to God, I think I did inchworms for like fucking half a mile. It was crazy. Walk your hands back out, do a push-up. All the way and just keep fucking going. I'll tell you what though, by the end of it, I wasn't hungover anymore.
Alright, let's do this day. Let's get this day over with.
And right off to the tow room. Let's go do inventory. Son of a bitch.
Hated the tow room.
That was the only good thing that there was in our tow room was we had cables on the ceiling that were all lined for climbing and stuff. So my platoon sergeant, he used to bring his kids in there. And we would rig up harnesses on the kids and just string them up and leave them dangling from the ceiling.
Ah.
Make those cheap fucking rope harnesses. Those things are so damn uncomfortable. I remember the one, he couldn't have been more than, maybe 7, 8 at the time. And all we hear squealing from the top, Dad, it's pinching my wiener. Get me down. And his dad's laying on the ground laughing at him. I'm like, you sir are a dick, just laughing at your kid.
Oh man.
But it probably didn't help that the rest of us were all laughing and not helping.
Jesus.
Yeah, we had the little Quonset huts. Like Korean War Quonset huts. That was our tow room. So you go in there, it's hot as balls. And...
Oh, yeah. Ours was definitely not air conditioned. The only part that was air conditioned was the little office in there.
Yeah.
It had one window unit, and then the rest of it was just basically a big-ass pole barn. There had 2 stories in it.
Yeah.
Fucking just a hot mess. Have to leave both of the garage doors open to try to get any sort of cross breeze in there. That was
Yeah,
amazing.
the great thing about it was one of the windows was broken, so you could go in there and you and your buddies could go in there and lay out on the weekends and hook yourself up to IVs.
Oh yeah.
And
Do-
Larry Della Fuente, he was our supply guy. Larry, we're running low on D5 LR, man. Guess we're up there again this weekend? Shut up.
Yeah.
Of course we were. Stationed in Korea.
I mean, do you know how many times in my aid bag the fucking LR was expired?
Yep. Had to chuck it. It was expired.
How did you?
Bullshit, we got that 2 weeks ago. I don't know what to tell you.
Fucking there was a kid in one of my units deathly afraid of needles. Ironic considering he's a fucking medic, but hey, whatever. So he'd hook everybody else up, but when it was time for us to hook him up, nope. He's like, I'm just gonna Ranger IV it. He'd fucking cut the bag open and drink the goddamn bag.
Oh,
Yeah, dude, that stuff tastes miserable. It works, but it tastes miserable.
sugary salt water.
Yeah. Just disgusting. Well, remember I did come home on leave one time with my aid bag and I got hammered with my neighbor that lived behind my mother's house. He sat in his garage till like 3 in the morning. He goes, I gotta be to work at 3 hours. I'm like, dude, I got you. Let me hook you up with an IV. Just make sure you piss before you go to bed, because otherwise you will piss the bed.
Yep.
Fucking hook him up, and I'm 3 sheets to the wind. My fucking hands doing this with the fucking 18 gauge needle.
Got you. Don't worry.
Fucking first stick. I was like, yes! I was like, apparently I've done this a time or two. And his girlfriend was in there with us, and she's a registered nurse. She goes, I can't believe you let him do that drunk. I'm like, fuck you. We do this shit while we're getting shot at.
Exactly.
She's like, all right, do one on me. I gotta work too.
I remember Leonard Wood. They were out doing the. What were those little bastards doing? Call them little bastards now, because I went through it. But the confidence course, not the confidence course. What's the course at the end when they're shooting at you?
Oh, that live fire night drill or whatever.
The live fire experience. Or
Yeah, where they're shooting all the blanks like 50 feet above your head, but they feel like they're this fucking close.
Yeah.
Or all the tracers from the 50 cals, yeah.
Yeah. We had a kid fall out on that, and so they're running the medics up during all that. So I'm chucking up the hill, get up there. It's pitch fucking black. I'm just feeling around on this kid's arm, like, about there. Got it first try. I was like, all right.
You're welcome, Justin.
My
You're
little red
welcome.
light flashlight. That was impressive, Doc. Of course, I got it on the first try. Get out of here.
Squeeze the bag. Get to walking.
Yeah. He's gonna be good to go for the road march. Yeah, he'll be all right.
Yep, let him finish that bag. He'll be all right.
Yep. Make sure you drink lots of fluid. I got you, Doc. Of course you do, drill sergeant.
Justin, you are welcome. Yeah. Man.
Good times, good old Army times.
There are some of those things I miss, but a lot of it I don't.
Yeah. You know the thing I just miss I miss the people.
Yeah.
Because you're around everybody all the time. So your friends work with you, your friends hang out with you. You got an instant group of friends just chilling out with you all the time.
It's like a giant fucking frat house at some bases. Jesus.
Oh yeah.
I think Polk was one of those for me.
Polk was out of hand.
Yeah, how we didn't get in more trouble, I don't fucking know.
I got in plenty of trouble. I got plenty of trouble with Polk.
Got in plenty of trouble. There's a lot of times I didn't get caught, though. Although,
There was a whole lot more times I didn't get caught. You're right. What you sipping there, Adam? Hey, Adam. Adam, what's the matter with you?
Orange grapefruit.
Ah, orange
Nice.
grapefruit. I just finished the honey peach.
Mm-hmm. I forgot I had a case of this and some berry LaCroix in the fridge in the garage. I didn't go to the garage and get that.
Berry LaCroix's not bad.
It's not shabby. It was super cheap, so I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, I've got a pamplemousse and a Salil grapefruit, so I got double grapefruits waiting for me.
Nice.
Bubbly lime has been my my crack lately, and then the AHA blueberry pomegranate one. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
but me and Jax both really like that honey peach, so
Yeah, that one's good too.
we got cases. We got cases of the honey peach sitting around.
Nice.
I'm gonna get a soda stream. Start making my own.
Oh, you got all the firings to do it. May as well.
Well, church, we were
Exactly.
EMTs. That's the thing, though. We were EMTs, and we were working hook each other up with IVs, and you can snoot a little O2 if you need it.
Oh yeah. That was always a given, because I mean that's the first thing they teach you before they actually teach you your job. Like me being an X-ray tech, the first school I went through though was basically 91 Bravo school, which was basic medic. And then from there, then they teach what I was actually supposed to be doing, which was X-ray school. So I still did IVs because you had to do IVs and X-rays too when you're doing fucking certain studies with dye and things like that. So
Yep.
like doing kidney function checks, so you're shooting people with dye there, and hell, nothing. The triple contrast CT. God, I'm so glad I don't do that anymore. It's a fucking IV and one up the pooper.
Oof.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so they've got an IV. You're drinking fluid for about 2 hours. That's filled with contrast.
Yeah.
And we would use Gatorade and then mix it with the contrast dye, so that way it didn't taste quite as bad. And they'd have to do 2 of those 32-ounce bottles of those in 2 hours. Then they'd sit for an hour so it could fill the small intestines. Then with
Glow in the dark and airtight.
oh yeah, everything. And one right up the pooper, fucking fill the large colon with another type of dye. Yeah, fucking terrible. And there's a what was that emergency at Polk? There was this ER doctor. That dude loved to order those. Anytime somebody would come in with any abdomen pain, whether it be lower right, lower left, he didn't give a shit.
Triple contrast.
Triple contrast CT. You motherfucker. Like, I'd go and I'd read the notes because I know what you're supposed to be looking for in order to that. I'm like, Doc, you don't need to do all that. Yes, I do. And I can't remember that dude's name for the fucking life of me. And it was like every shift, it was guaranteed at least one. And then you pray to God you don't have a blowout in the room, because then you have to clean the whole fucking room down. And by blowout, I mean the thing comes out the pooper and it just... It's like a fucking bad hose just filled with shit, and it...
Oh, shitty hose.
Yeah. I did see a kid do that in training, and I about fucking keeled over when I saw it, because I wanted to laugh, because there's a little balloon that's supposed to inflate in there to keep it from coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Kid forgot to inflate the balloon. And just a spray
That's
over. Yeah, it literally, it was the epitome of that shitty.
TJ, you're live, by the way. I just got the notification.
Holy shit, only an hour late.
I keep watching for mine. I still haven't gotten mine.
Yeah.
Have a notification? You live?
That was weird.
Yep, I got my notification.
I also just got mine that Tam was live like 5 hours ago.
Shit.
Thanks.
Time to
Ball.
update your phone there.
Oh no, to be fair, my phone is about to upgrade very soon, actually. This week or next week. It's pathetic.
My phone's literally 3.5 months old.
Shit,
Oh,
the only,
it's fucking ancient.
technically mine's ancient, but the last time I got a phone upgrade, it's actually because I took my mom's old phone. Because my mom's one of those people, if it's not the newest and brightest and shiniest, she can't have it.
Oh shit.
So as soon as her old iPhone, the iPhone 11 Pro with the triple camera thing that sucks your dick for free, all of that, she went out and bought it, and she gave me her old phone. I'm like, it's newer than the phone I had. Sure. Fucking move the SIM card around, move all my shit over there. Good to go, and it's free.
Ugh. Those things are fucking expensive.
Lidocaine in a syringe. Been down that road before.
Oh my god.
Remember who the hell we were fucking with? I think it was in Schofield Barracks in Hawaii. There was a brand new medic, a little E2, just got out of basic and AIT, and they were showing him how to do TB tests because we were getting ready to deploy. So you needed to know how to do a simple TB right under the skin there. And instead of giving him something nice, what did they do? They fucking hit him with some distilled water. So it burns like a motherfucker. He's like, does it always hurt this fucking bad? I was like, yep. No, they're not that bad. That dude was pissed.
But yeah, we do all sorts of stuff with distilled water. Someone comes in hot from the weekend. You're like, all right, dude. You gotta learn your lesson this time. Pick the wrong medic to get you. We're gonna mix this up with distilled water.
And getting rotted off the range.
Right in the butt cheek. Your ass cheek is gonna burn for a fucking week. Burn like it's on fire.
You know, I can say I think honestly the worst thing that I ever got was ever the biocillin shot. Well, no, I take that back. Not the biocillin shot. Shot number 2 of the 7-shot series for anthrax.
Oh. Anthrax hurts so bad.
The first one wasn't bad. The second one, though, my arm felt like it was on fire for like 48 hours. It was fucking crazy.
Yes.
Best part, that one, at the time when I got it, it was not FDA approved, but it was mandatory by the unit.
Yep.
Yeah.
7 series anthrax, and like people would duck you. They would duck you.
Oh, yeah.
Anthrax time. Like you'd send messages to the commander and like, I have no idea where this guy is.
Dude,
No idea. So you know what we started doing? We'd load them up in a tray and we'd go up to morning formation for PT and we'd hit them before they went to PT. Because your ass gotta be at PT formation.
Yep, that's one formation you better not miss. They ended up throwing like, what was it, like 6 or 8 Article 15s out for fucking people who were ducking the anthrax vaccine.
Yep.
And there was a couple of them who were trying to say, well, I don't take vaccines because of my religion. Motherfucker, we have your vaccination records. Don't lie.
Yeah. You're lying now.
Now you do get one because you fall under that catch-all article now.
I bet. But yeah, Rob would fuck with people when we were over in Korea because that's when all the anthrax stuff was going on. Like we'd bring them in and we'd have them file through the hallway in the aid station, and so he'd sit there and he'd be sitting there. He'd grab his alcohol pad and he'd start wiping their neck down.
What a jerk.
Oh, people
Really?
Yeah. They're just like, what the fuck? It's like, what, dude? And he's sitting there with like an 18 gauge needle just like coming at him.
God.
Dude.
Psych.
Yeah, my buddy Rob.
evil.
Rob knew how to have fun though.
Oh my
Dude, like he wouldn't do it all the time. Like he'd wait for a hallway to clear out and then he'd get somebody else.
I loved when shit like that happened. It's amazing how many grown men you'll see pass out from the sight of a needle too.
Oh yeah.
I think the coolest thing I've ever seen with people fucking with needles was we had the PJs and the SEALs come in to our fucking station when we were in Afghanistan, and they started practicing trauma IVs on each other. And by trauma IVs, I mean somebody's missing arms and legs, but we got to get an IV, so they're putting IVs in fucking neck. One guy let him do a sternal stick on him,
Oh my god.
where you've seen the sternal stick needles, where it's a whole bunch of needles, and then there's one big one. Once they all line up right, you hear thunk, and it goes straight into the sternum. It's fucking gnarly.
Dude, that guy's got balls.
Yeah, and the best part, no lidocaine, nothing. The dude just took it. I was like, dude, you're way more badass than I'll ever be. Fuck that. Either that or stupid, one of the two, or maybe you're a sociopath. I don't know.
Could be.
Hanging out with Chuck Norris.
Yeah, they were having IV races too. Once two of them had fucking right in the jugs, and they're just fucking squeezing 2 bags at a time to see who can get them down the fastest.
Oh, that poor guy.
Yeah.
Whoever that victim was, he's like, fuck, I gotta pee, guys. Are you two going to the restroom with me?
He's like, and the best part, they weren't warmed, so they were in our air-conditioned fucking hospital,
Oh,
so
no.
they were cold as shit.
Jesus.
Like, instant brain freeze, fucking baby neck in it. Like, nope, not doing it.
Jeez Louise.
Those guys were they were on a whole different level.
Yeah. I loved working with the special forces medics, the Deltas, and their I forget what they call them, like A medics.
Yeah, the PJs were awesome. I loved working with the PJs from the Air Force, the pararescue jumpers.
Yeah.
Dude, those guys were they were cool, and they were relaxed like the rest of the Air Force, but man, did they do some cool shit. Like, we got to go out, and every once in a while, we'd sit and watch them go do practice halo jumps over the base. The high altitude, low openings, where they're just fucking free falling. Well, yeah, you guys are crazy. I'm not going to do that shit. It looks cool from down here, though.
Yeah. Jeez.
Those guys were on.
Oh, you could always tell when there was a jump too, because you'd just start seeing just truckloads of dudes getting wheeled because they dropped them in the wrong spot. And they fucking flew into the woods.
Yep.
Jeez.
We had one of our medics one of the deltas come in, his legs all busted up. I don't think he broke anything, but I'm pretty sure he tore something. But yeah, he's like, yeah, dude, we came into the trees and my parachute got caught. I wound up getting whacked against a tree for a while. And then I finally managed to get myself down after like 2-3 hours, and here I am. It's like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
There was a
Dude, you guys carry all these sweet knives. He's like, didn't carry it today.
this is the one fucking time.
This wasn't supposed to be a bad one.
What the hell was I watching? I want to say it was in JRTC there in Polk. There was a colonel there doing his last fucking jump before retirement.
Oh no, this is gonna go bad.
Oh yeah, it was fucking miserably bad. Nailed the jump, fucking perfectly. And what's he doing? Going back to where they were staying to their comm center. Trips over a fucking tie-down wire on the tent. Fucking breaks his goddamn tibia.
Oh, jeez.
And, I mean, it was a spiral fractured from just above his ankle, damn near to his knee. I'm going, he goes, yeah, I did my last jump, so I got my airborne money, and now this. And I was on the ground. It's safer in the air, apparently. I'm like, fuck. He goes, yeah, I was just about to retire, too. I got, like, another 2 months. He's like, but now I'm going to be fucking med-held until I'm cleared from this. Like, yep.
Wow.
I'm like, well, plus side is, you can throw that towards your disability when you get out on top of your retirement.
Walking through the hospital, he's sitting there with an X-Fix, probably waving at you. Fuck, dude.
I was like, of all things, you just did a fucking full daytime jump, managed your jump just fine, and you trip over a fucking wire and break your leg. Like, That's some bullshit right there.
Yep.
Yeah. That actually, a sort of similar story to my friend who joined the Navy, went through all of the training, and was like 2 weeks away from finishing, and jumped out of his bunk one day and had socks on, and there was like a freshly shined or mopped floor or something. Slipped, fell, busted his hip.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Recycle time.
Early 20s, and they were like, bye.
Oh, yeah. But you didn't even make it out of
Damn,
training.
man,
That's
to go
it.
through all that training, and then
We
to
had to do
not
it.
be in the Navy.
Yeah, we had a dude in basic, punched a wall with his left hand early, broke that hand. So he was walking around with a cast the whole time. But they were letting him go, letting him do as much of the training as he could. Got mad at like week 10. Punched a wall with the other hand. Double casts.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Yep. Recycle time.
Vic, you need to go see psych,
Alright.
dude.
You know, when I got stationed at Leonardwood, I swear to God, I saw that dude walking around somewhere. I was like, he's still here? I'm permanent party now.
How the fuck did you get through after doing that shit?
I mean, it was fucking 90s. You could do stupid shit like that and stick around forever.
Yeah, I saw a couple of people get recycled, one booted. We actually had a recycle in my platoon who ended up getting injured during a fucking, I forget what the fuck we were doing. It was one of those weird fucking obstacle or a confidence course type fucking things, and
Yeah.
recycled again. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm like, you have to go through basic training for fucking like 6 months at this point. Or longer, dude. What the fuck, man? By the time you get done with basic, your contract's gonna be up.
Yeah, we had some holdovers that were fucking there forever. That were there forever, and they would task them out to us. And we're like, dude, what the fuck are we gonna do with them?
Yeah.
Like sweep the fucking halls. Go inventory the tow room for me. I'm gonna go out and smoke. No, you can't fucking have one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember they'd tell us to be such assholes to those poor kids. It's fucking hilarious. Especially when you do sick call over at the TMC for them,
Oh, yeah.
and they're just passing the fuck out, like so, like all just sick, and you're just like hopping up on chairs behind them, like, you having fun? You having fun, Private? Better get up and start fucking clapping those hands over your head. Better do something to stay awake. You're not sleeping in my fucking lobby. It was a good time. I had good times being a dick.
Had a few of those opportunities. They were always fun.
That's probably why Leonard Wood wasn't so bad, because you'd go back to the unit. You've been a dick to privates all day, and you're just like, dude, you can't be a bigger asshole to me than I was to everybody else earlier today. So, bring it on.
Mhm. Suck it up, pussy. Move along. Here's some Motrin.
Oh, dude, that was all the time. All the time. Yeah, Motrin, get out.
Motrin, drink water, rub dirt on it. You'll be fine. Oh,
I'll give you 1 day of light duty. Enjoy.
Yeah.
You got the rest of the day.
You can go do KP tomorrow. That was the worst job in basic training, doing KP. Fuck that.
You know, and we actually, KP at Leonardwood was one of the best. Because you would work hard and they'd work the shit out of you, but they'd sneak you out back, give you a cigarette every once in a while. And you were always able to eat the desserts when no one was around.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was the only good thing about KP. No, fucking Benning they were dicks. Like, I think they fucking talked to those fucking civilians that worked in the dining facility. They like treat them like the scum of the fucking earth.
Wow.
I was like,
Oh, dude, they did tell you stuff like that.
Oh yeah. I was like,
The drill sergeants would come by every once in a while and they're like, all right, senior drill from blah, blah, blah is coming. He's like, we got way too many people coming on sick call. You guys need to be dicks. Like, okay. You got it. I see that unit number. boy, are those kids gonna get in trouble. They are never gonna want to come back to sick call for whatever the fuck their ailment is.
I'm trying to curb the sick calls before they get into their regular units, before they could become permanent party. Because there was some sick call rangers in a couple of units I'd been in. They were on sick call all the fucking time. Come on, how the fuck is this possible? How are you even able to do anything outside of get the fuck out?
Yeah, when I was down at DLI, it was like that. Like there would be 200 people lined up in the morning. It's like, dude, there's 400 people on this fucking post. How is there 200 people? How is half the crew for this entire post is here on a sick call? Like, how the fuck is this possible?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was because they were partying, and you'd run into them downtown partying their fucking faces off because they're all like 19, 20-year-old kids, and they're getting like $50,000 language bonuses and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
So we would yeah. So then I went full Leonard Wood on them. They put me in charge of screening at sick call once they figured out what I was capable of.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like, what are you here for? Self-care. Here's the sheet. There's the symptoms listed. All you gotta do is check what medications you want, hand it into the pharmacy, hook you right up. No profile, get out.
Go to PT. Bye.
Yeah, I had it down to like 40. I had it down to like 40 people in the morning.
Yeah.
So they tried really hard to keep me down there, and I was so stupid. I should have stayed down there. I was so dumb, but I was in love. There's a girl waiting for me up at Fort Lewis. I should have fucking stayed down there. Down at DLI. Would have been so much. And my life would have turned out way differently. I would have been running that shit within 3 more months. That's all right. Living in Monterey, California, what a fucking torture trip that fucking was. 70 to 75 degrees every day. Every day.
Fuck.
It was me and one other dude, and we shared like a 3-bedroom apartment on the post. Like, it was fucking ridiculous. It was fucking ridiculous station. You don't feel good, Giz? What's the symptoms? Me and TJ got you.
Oh shit.
Motrin, get out.
I think he just wants that airtight thing that you were talking about earlier.
Oh shit.
You know.
He's like, big low fly boys.
Feeling frisky.
Yeah, Monterey is not nice. Monterey is really fucking nice. I could have got like with the BAH and everything else, the BAH differential and everything they paid you down there.
That had to have been pretty big.
I could have been going up and seeing the Niners every weekend.
Yeah, that's a big pay diff there too.
It is massive.
Yeah, Hawaii's was pretty big. Had I been smarter, I would have saved a lot more money there. But you know, being young, dumb, and full of cum, you do a lot of stupid shit. So
Oh yeah.
it is literally point and shoot. Oh, fuck.
Turned into another Army episode, TJ.
Yeah, it happens from time to time.
It does.
Fuck, I didn't even realize it was that
I
late.
actually had a really nice chat with RJ about all of our time in the military. I bonded with RJ a little. Interim new guy. Good cat.
Every time I jump in the chat on Meter's show, I'm like, oh, you brought the new Buck back. how nice. He's so full of insight.
You can always tell him to read it too, because you see his look over like, I had it, motherfucker.
Oh, that fresh-faced young boy is back again. I like him. I like to cut his jib.
That's right.
Even though
I like how we
morning.
started talking about the interim new guy title, and he got like 3 fight offers. Like, I would not fight RJ.
Yeah, exactly.
I would, but that's because I'm 3 times his size.
Yeah. Yeah, I only outweigh him by probably like 30 pounds, but I still would, I would not fight RJ. He would fucking destroy me. Guaranteed.
Give him a good DC and I'd lay on him like a fat fuck.
Hey, I'm not gonna fight anybody I don't have to.
Hey, just hold his hand. Stop hitting yourself.
That's a last ditch resort for me nowadays. I'm over that
agree.
nonsense.
I'm never fighting anybody again.
Yeah, I don't like fighting.
No, the only time
I loved it when I was younger. Oh, I
It was
loved
fun when
fighting.
you're young. When you recover from it quick, it's a great time.
Yeah.
As your body starts to take longer to heal, you're like, God damn it, I don't want to do that anymore.
yeah, like, right now that stuff is last ditch. That's like this better be.
I've got a gun now.
Yeah.
I don't need to fight anybody.
That's the other key is just see this? Stick your head up your ass and fight for air. Bye bye.
There's a house that I pass when I walk to work, and they have a sign on the front gate that says "We don't call 911," and it's just a picture of a gun. And I'm like, yes, damn right.
Yeah.
Look.
You dropping all them good links out there.
He is indeed.
Too many links.
Too many links. Party
Info time. I could have done one of those, but I'll knock like 6 mods over if I do that.
All I got is the window back there. I'm good.
Also, Snape is sitting here too.
Ah.
All right. He usually guards my Lumi stands.
Molden don't like pain. Good call, Church. Good call.
That makes sense to me.
At this point, yep.
Yeah. Not a fan myself. I'd rather just be a pacifist at this point, although I'm too much of an asshole to be a pacifist.
Yeah, I haven't been like in a fight where it's like we're like fighting since like 1998. Like I've been in like scuffles and I've been like involved in like bar eruption situations a couple times.
I did
But
quite a few
those
of
are
those.
like just swing at somebody you don't know, you know?
Right? Recognize that guy?
And
No,
avoid
hit him.
pool cues, you know, avoid darts and pool cues or whatever. Because there's this one fight at Pudlow's Tap or Pudlow's Pub or something like that in Hammond, Indiana, and there was pool balls flying at
Oh,
this
shit.
particular altercation, I guess you could call it. Yeah, my friend Mike actually, I think ended up getting hit with like the 9-ball or something on the side of the dome.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
That reminds me, there was a night I was bouncing at the bar down in the Dells there that I was working at, and there's a fucking fight that starts to break out. So I'm grabbing one guy and another guy at the same fucking time, pulling them away from each other and trying to get them out the door. Apparently their buddy was coming up behind me to hit me. Didn't know it. One of the guys that was a regular in the bar, he's a prison guard. He picked up a fucking bar stool. Home run that motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
I heard thud, and I pushed those two apart, and I turned around, and there's this other dude laying on the floor. I'm like, what the fuck? He goes, get them out, call the cops on him. I'm like,
Wow.
okay. He's like, yeah, he was coming up to hit you with something. I didn't see what it was. I just came up and hit him first. I'm like, pfft, my man.
You weren't watching your back.
I was like,
I see what he had. I just saw he had something up.
I told him,
Yeah, right.
what did you, I say,
We're on mine.
I made sure every drink he had that night was on my tab. I was like, yeah, dude, you saved my ass. I don't know what the fuck he was trying to hit me with. Whether it was a stick, a fucking ball, or a fucking chair, I have no fucking clue, but yeah. It was a good
I
time.
have not played behind chicken wire spork. I played at that kind of place, though. It's called DC's Country Junction. But it was all like metal and rock bands that night.
They got both kinds, country and
And
western.
with
Sitting behind the fence.
it was the floor of the place was definitely covered in hay, and there was bales to sit on like in front of the stage, and they had a rodeo like pit in the back of the place too. It was
So they
definitely
could go ride the mechanical bull.
they didn't, unfortunately didn't. The place is actually about to close, I think. So they started renting it out to like other genres of music. So we did this. We actually found out later that the promoter was like a pay-to-play guy. He was kind of a scammer shyster dude. But there was like a bunch of good metal bands and like city playing bands. This is when I was in early April, and like so we were like, well, shit. Who knows when we're gonna get a chance to play with these bands again? So let's just do the show. even if this guy's kind of an Erwin R. Shyster. But yeah, DC's Country Junction. I don't know whatever became of that place. If it's still a venue, or if somebody bought it and turned it into like a soccer dome or some shit. Because it was huge, you know, it's like a huge ass structure.
With a name like that, that's
I
fucking.
think it's Lowell, Indiana.
It sounds like Cowboy Up over in San Antonio.
Oh, I've been there.
That place was enormous.
Yeah.
They
this place
would
was
have famous
huge.
country bands coming through there all the time. People are like, they're playing
That-
this weekend.
that fucker was-
I'm going down to the White Rabbit. I'm going down to the shit.
That's it.
There's an off chance I'll walk in and fucking Tech Nine's gonna be playing, or I'm gonna walk in and fucking Kitty's playing. Like
Oh,
that's
shit.
where I'm going. There's
Yeah.
an off chance. It's like
Yeah.
you never know what the cover's gonna be. You never know what the fucking bands are gonna be until like 2 days prior. But fuck it, I'm going in there.
Yep.
I remember walking in and they're like, Kitty's playing tonight. Like, there's my $30. Fuck, I'm gonna go enjoy the shit out of this.
There was quite a few places I frequented in San Antonio when I was there.
The recovery room was the main one.
Yeah, the recovery room. Been down there a lot.
The rec room, because it was like 3 blocks off the post. Walk back and forth from the barracks.
Yep.
Just flash your ID at the dude at the gate, and it's just like, stumble home okay.
Yep. Did that one. There's a couple that we took cabs to downtown. I forget what the fuck those ones were.
Well, everybody always went to Dick's.
Yeah, I went once and I was like, oh, okay, that was cool.
Yeah, I get it.
I get it. All right, I could do this job. Fuck you.
We went to Polyesters a couple times. Polyesters was actually pretty sweet. It was 80s music with the bass pumped up. All it was.
Yep, I remember that place.
Yeah, right down there on the Riverwalk. All the young kids walk in, they're just like, man. All those older guys just sitting there like, you have no idea how good this music is. Terrible music.
There was a lot
The
of.
bass line was, but the bass line was pumped up, and I was reliving elementary school. Fuck out of my way.
We used to go downtown to try to find the little dump dive bars down there.
Yeah, there's some good. There was a couple of English taverns that were down there that were usually pretty quiet. You could go in there and have a pretty good time.
I remember there was one cabbie we got one time. I'm like, take us out into middle of BFE in a suburb somewhere where there's just a fucking dive bar. That's where we want to go. And I remember getting there. I do not remember leaving.
Ah, love dive bars.
Yeah, good times. Oh shit. All right. Well, we are overdue. It is 11:03 here, so as usual, we don't go around the room anymore. But know that you still need to advocate. Not for us, not for any of you out there. Go click on some of those Toonie links. There's some wonderful things there, some references, some wonderful flavorings, and some other things there. And make sure we keep this alive for the people who have still not made it out to Stinkies. That's our job. That's our due diligence here. We've got this life-saving technology. We need to keep it alive for others. And we didn't talk much vaping today, and that's okay. Because this show's not always about that. This is about having some fun, so. But do your part. Try to keep this live. Do what we can. And shout out to Montana for nixing their flavor ban. Which is awesome. Will there be there's a show tomorrow, right? Yes, that's right. So tomorrow night, 9:30, on Nojo channel, kicky punchy stuff. We'll see you there.
Meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes, yes. Sometimes you'll get a porterhouse. Sometimes it'll be a chop steak, depending on what's going on.
It's always
Well,
good.
due to the last minute craziness of tonight and then not tonight, it's going to be a full course meal tomorrow night.
There you go. Can be some fun. But yeah, love you guys. See y'all next week. And by the sounds of it, we're gonna have a new song next week. So we're just gonna randomly pick a song to go out on here because I didn't have anything picked out. I only had something picked out to start with. And even that was last minute. Because, you know, that's what I like to do. Last minute it up. Fuck it. Have some fun with it. Anyhow, let's go with a little policy. That sounds good. See you guys later. Have a good night. See you next week. And some of you all tomorrow.